Whole grains such as oats, brown rice, quinoa, barley, and whole wheat play a vital but often underappreciated role in supporting brain health, particularly as we age. These fiber-rich staples are far more than just sources of slow-releasing carbohydrates. They contribute to cognitive resilience by reducing inflammation, enhancing blood flow to the brain, and supporting the gut microbiome, all of which have profound effects on memory, mental clarity, and long-term brain function. One of the most important mechanisms linking whole grains to cognitive benefits is their ability to stabilize blood sugar levels. Unlike refined grains, which cause rapid spikes and crashes in glucose, whole grains are digested slowly, helping to maintain steady energy supply to the brain throughout the day. The brain consumes more glucose than any other organ, and chronic blood sugar fluctuations, as seen in insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, are strongly associated with increased risk of dementia. By keeping glucose levels more consistent, whole grains protect the brain from these damaging swings. Whole grains are also potent sources of dietary fiber, which is increasingly recognized as essential for reducing systemic inflammation, a key driver of both cardiovascular disease and neurodegeneration. Soluble fiber found in oats and barley can lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, an inflammatory marker linked to cognitive decline. Moreover, this type of fiber helps nourish beneficial gut bacteria, which in turn produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that exert anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects through the gut-brain axis. Another benefit comes from the naturally occurring B vitamins in whole grains, especially folate, thiamine, B1, niacin, B3, and vitamin B6. These nutrients play critical roles in maintaining healthy nerve function and in regulating homocysteine, an amino acid that, when elevated, has been associated with increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and stroke. Magnesium and iron, also abundant in many whole grains, support proper neurotransmission and oxygen delivery to the brain, both of which tend to decline with age. Research has shown that diets rich in whole grains are associated with better cognitive performance and slower cognitive decline over time. In population studies, such as those based on the MIND diet, a combination of the Mediterranean and DASH diets, higher whole grain intake has consistently correlated with better memory and attention scores, especially in older adults. MRI studies have also indicated that those who consume more whole grains show greater brain volume in areas associated with executive function. However, not all whole grain products are created equal. Many processed foods labeled as whole grain may still contain added sugars, refined flours, or high levels of sodium that counteract the benefits. It's important to choose intact grains, such as steel-cut oats, brown rice, bulgur, and quinoa, or minimally processed products with whole grain listed as the first ingredient. Cooking methods also matter. Overly processed instant oats or pre-flavored rice mixes may carry a high glycemic load and diminish the metabolic advantages whole grains typically offer. Some individuals with gluten intolerance, celiac disease, or sensitivity to specific grains may not tolerate wheat-based grains well. But alternatives like oats, buckwheat, and brown rice provide many of the same benefits without triggering adverse reactions. Careful selection and rotation of grains can help maintain dietary diversity while minimizing inflammation and digestive discomfort. Overall, whole grains are a powerful, evidence-backed component of a brain-healthy diet. Their combination of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and low glycemic impact supports the intricate systems that keep the aging brain nourished and protected. While no single food will halt cognitive decline, regularly including whole grains as part of a balanced diet provides foundational support for brain longevity. With growing awareness of the gut-brain connection and the role of inflammation in neurodegeneration, fiber-rich grains are proving to be much more than just a source of fuel. They're a long-term investment in mental clarity and cognitive resilience.